Greetings and welcome back to my channel. I told you earlier when I dropped my double feature Joe Lump's album review re-uploaded that I was going to do a re-uploaded movie review. It's another double feature featuring back-to-back Beverly Hills Cop movies starring Eddie Murphy. When you're done watching this video, you can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, don't forget to smash that like button, and click the notification bell. When you see a new video, you can go check it out yourself. And check out my movie review playlist, which is in the description box. Beverly Hills Cop. I reviewed this movie on November 10th of 2023. Beverly Hills Cop was released on December 5th, 1984, 2 years after 48 Hours. It stars Eddie Murphy as Detective Axel Foley, a cop from the streets of Detroit heading to Beverly Hills to track down his best friend's killer. He got more than he bargained for when he got off the wrong foot of two cops on the Beverly Hills Police Department and their commanding officer. However, by film's end, Axel bonded with the three fellow law enforcement colleagues. Beverly Hills Cop was the highest grossing film of 1984, grossing in an estimate of $234 million, which is not bad on a $13 million budget cost to make. My overall rating for this movie was a 10 out of 10, when actually it's 100 out of 100. That became the blueprint of the genre of the buddy cop films that followed, including the sequel. To make a long story short on the plot of Beverly Hills Cop, Detroit police detective Axel Foley goes to Beverly Hills after his friend who came to visit him in the name of Mikey Tandino gets murdered. And it all had something to do with German bearer bonds from his job as a security guard in Beverly Hills. So when he got there, he meets up another longtime friend in Jenny Summers, who works for this art dealer by the name of Victor Maitland. Soon he confronts Maitland only to get arrested for trespassing, and he is soon confronted by Sergeant John Taggart, Detective Billy Rosewood, and their commanding officer, Lieutenant Andrew Bogomil. So Bogomil had Taggart and Rosewood keep an eye on Axel, while at the same time Axel had invaded one of the warehouses and realizes that the crates that Maitland had ordered had not gone through customs, and they also had coffee grounds all around it, so that the dogs cannot sniff the fact that they were hiding drugs in there. So the next day, Axel gets arrested again after confronting Maitland at a country club, and he thrashed one of his stooges, and he alerts Bogomil about Maitland's drug-dealing ways. But as soon as they can act, Chief Hubbard comes in and wants Axel out of town. Jenny gets kidnapped by Maitland and his thug friends. Axel is at the mercy of the thugs. Rosewood comes to his aid. They track down Maitland at his mansion. Sergeant Taggart comes along. The three bond together in trying to rescue Jenny. Next thing, a gunfight happens, and Axel and company manage to gun down a lot of Maitland's men, including Maitland in the end, and Zach, the man that shot Mikey. Throughout the movie, Axel had developed a warm friendship with Taggart, Rosewood, and Bogomil towards the end. Beverly Hills Cop 2, the 7th episode of my movie review series, which I first aired on YouTube on November 17th of 2023. Beverly Hills Cop 2 was released on May 20th, 1987. In this sequel, Detroit cop Axel Foley returns to Beverly Hills, reunited with detectives Billy Rosewood, played by Judge Reinhold, and John Taggart, played by John Ashton, to stop a criminal organization that commits alphabet crimes after their commanding officer, Captain Andrew Bogomil, played by Ronnie Cox, got wounded by members of the criminal clan. The one I didn't like about the movie was Police Chief with abuse of power. Well, he got shit canned by the mayor by film's end, and Bogomil was promoted as Police Chief, which was for the best. Despite the mixed reviews from critics, it was still a box office success by ranking in close to $300 million in the box office. I gave that film a 90 out of 100 overall rating. Now, the plot of Beverly Hills Cop 2 takes place 2 years after the first film. See, Axel Foley from Detroit returns to Beverly Hills once he learns that Captain Andrew Bogomil was shot and seriously wounded from a criminal organization known as the Alphabet Criminals. So he reunites with Taggart and Rosewood to go after the guys that gunned down Bogomil. While at the same time, they happen to deal with a fucking asshole who is egotistical, incompetent, and verbally abusive in new police chief Harold Lutz. And he uses Mayor Egan's political ambitions as a bullshit excuse. While going after the criminals and trying to solve the crimes, they soon learn about Maxwell Dent and his assistant Carla Fry. Dent was using a lot of money raised from his crimes to purchase weapons from an arms dealer by the name of Nikos Thermopoulos. Axel, Rosewood, and Taggart get into a shootout and manage to destroy the trucks carrying the shipments with explosives. Axel ends up killing Dent, while Taggart ends up killing Carla Fry. And towards the end of the film, Lutz is fired for being such an abusive dickhead to Taggart, Rosewood, and Bogomil. And when Bogomil finally recovered, he is chosen to become the new police chief of Beverly Hills. How do you like that? So that takes care of the Beverly Hills Cop double feature on this week's Joel movie review. I will be back on Friday to do another Joel album review and a movie review, so stick around for that. But getting back to Beverly Hills Cop, who would have thought that 40 years later that this movie is the highest grossing R-rated film in the U.S. since 1977, with a total box office of $730,714,743 in today's money.